Emperor Akbar, the third ruler of the Mughal dynasty in India, reigned from 1556 to 1605 and is remembered as one of the most powerful and influential monarchs in Indian history. Born in 1542 to Humayun and Hamida Banu Begum, Akbar inherited the throne at the age of 13 following his father's untimely death. His reign marked the beginning of an era in which the Mughal Empire not only expanded territorially, but also reached new heights in administration, culture, and art. Akbar is often glorified as a wise and tolerant ruler, yet his personal life, including the grandeur of his court, his immense harem, and his lifestyle of luxury, continues to be a subject of fascination and scrutiny. Akbar's royal court reflected the magnificence and wealth of the Mughal Empire. His palace at fatehpur Sikri was not only the administrative heart of his empire, but also a symbol of Mughal architectural brilliance. The court was adorned with priceless gems, intricate Persian carpets, golden thrones, and elaborate paintings. The atmosphere of the court was filled with grandeur, and it became a place where poets, scholars, artists, musicians, and philosophers from across the empire and beyond gathered. Entertainment was a vital part of courtly life. Dance and music were performed regularly to amuse the emperor and his courtiers, and Akbar himself enjoyed listening to classical music. His court musicians, including the famous Tanzan, became legendary in Indian history. One of the most striking features of Akbar's life was his vast harem. Historical accounts suggest that the harem housed hundreds of women, including wives, concubines, and female attendants. The women in the harem came from diverse backgrounds. Rajput princesses married for political alliances, Persian and Central Asian noblewomen, as well as captives from wars. Among them, Jada, by a Rajput princess, was one of Akbar's most prominent queens and played a significant role in fostering Hindu-Muslim unity within the empire. The harem was not simply a private space for pleasure and intimacy. It was also a powerful political institution. Many of the women in the harem had considerable influence on imperial policies, and some of them even acted as advisors or intermediaries in political matters. The management of such a large harem required a strict administrative system, complete with guards, eunuchs, and officials who ensured discipline and secrecy. While the harem often symbolizes luxury and indulgence, it was also an arena of political intrigue. Some queens and concubines competed for the emperor's attention and sought to promote their own sons as successors to the throne. It is important to note, however, that unlike many monarchs of his time, Akbar is often described as relatively disciplined in his personal habits. He was not overly indulgent in alcohol, though feasts, banquets, and nightly gatherings filled with music, poetry, and entertainment were common in his court. Yet, the very existence of a massive harem with hundreds of women reveals that Akbar, like most kings of the medieval world, lived in a world where female companionship was a major element of royal life. Akbar's relationship with women extended beyond personal pleasure. He strategically used marriages as a political tool to secure alliances and consolidate his empire. By marrying Rajput princesses, he ensured loyalty from powerful Hindu Rajput clans who then became his military allies. These matrimonial alliances helped him create a more inclusive empire where both Hindus and Muslims had roles in governance. This political foresight not only strengthened the Mughal Empire, but also reduced the chances of rebellion from powerful regional rulers. Despite the indulgence and luxury associated with the Mughal harem, Akbar was deeply interested in matters of governance and reform. One of his most remarkable achievements was his policy of religious tolerance. He abolished the jizya tax on non-Muslims, invited scholars from various religions, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Jains, and Zoroastrians, to debate in his court, and even created a new syncretic faith called the Din-e-Ilahi, which sought to combine the best principles of different religions, though this new faith never gained wide popularity. It highlighted Akbar's vision of religious harmony and his efforts to unify the diverse people of his empire. Akbar also introduced significant administrative reforms. He reorganized the land revenue system, improved trade policies, and established a fair system of taxation that did not discriminate between his subjects. He promoted talented individuals, regardless of religion or origin, to high positions in his administration. This inclusive policy earned him loyalty from different sections of society and ensured stability within the empire. While the emperor lived amidst immense luxury, his governance was marked by pragmatism, discipline, and foresight, qualities that distinguished him from many other monarchs known solely for their indulgence. In terms of personal habits, Akbar's character presents an interesting contrast. Though surrounded by wealth, women, and entertainment, he maintained certain self-restraints, unlike his successor, Jahangir, who was famously addicted to wine and opium. Akbar avoided excessive indulgence in intoxicants. His evenings were often spent in intellectual discussions, listening to music, or engaging in debates with scholars and courtiers. However, the moral standards of the era allowed and even expected kings to maintain harems and concubines. His lifestyle was not considered scandalous in its time. Instead, it was seen as a mark of royal authority and prestige. The grandeur of Akbar's lifestyle, his harem, and his court reflect the broader reality of monarchies in the medieval world, where luxury and power often went hand in hand. The use of slaves, concubines, entertainers was not unique to the Mughal court, but was common across many empires, from the Roman emperors to the Ottoman sultans. What sets Akbar apart, however, is the balance he maintained between his private life of luxury and his public role as a just and far-sighted ruler. While many rulers of history lost themselves in pleasure and neglected governance, Akbar managed to combine imperial grandeur with effective administration. In conclusion, Emperor Akbar's reign was a fascinating blend of political acumen, cultural patronage, and royal indulgence. His vast harem, filled with wives, concubines, and attendants, symbolized both the luxury of the Mughal court and the political strategies that sustained the empire. At the same time, his policies of tolerance, administrative reforms, and vision for unity made him one of the greatest rulers in Indian history. The story of Akbar reminds us that kingship in the past was never merely about governance or conquest. It was equally about lifestyle, influence, and the delicate interplay between personal desires and public duties.